Assalamualaikum everyone. I hope you guys are doing amazing. Welcome back to another mini message. I wanted to talk about something today that I was actually talking about with someone I knew yesterday, and I felt like it might be a nice reminder for somebody. So, I guess it's really common, and you guys know it's really common to talk about like healing and moving on from things and things like that. And I've talked about it a good bit on my podcast. But I feel like the one thing that a lot of people don't share, that at least in my opinion, I've learned in life, is that like when it comes to healing and when it comes to like moving on from your past or like things that really hurt you, you never really necessarily forget them. And you don't really necessarily ever forget the pain that came with them. You just learn how to not have it strangle you anymore. I've actually had a lot of my friends talk to me about this where they said how something happened a long time ago and they healed from it and they're better from it and like it doesn't paralyze them anymore. But then like in random moments, it'll come to them in waves. Like, especially when you're doing something that's really meaningful to you or you're like having a really reflective moment. Like you're looking at the sunset and you're like, wow, look how beautiful the sunset is. And then you're like, damn, remember that person that hurt you a while ago? And then you start remembering things like that. And I feel like the difference really is with healing, the grief and the things that you went through, they strangle you less. And instead it feels like they're just holding your hand. And I think that's the world of a sky difference. It's a very big difference than having something strangle you and constantly be weighed down on you and then something that holds your hand occasionally. And in my opinion, I think this is a valid and realistic reality. Healing doesn't mean you forget things. That doesn't mean you forget the way that you felt. That doesn't mean that you are not going to feel pain when you think about what happened to you. Healing doesn't necessarily mean that you are going to, be able to move on and act like nothing happened. But it does kind of give you the freedom to allow something that really severely hurt you and caused you grief to not strangle you anymore. And I think that's what it is all about. Like life, you're going to have a lot of things that are going to strangle you that will feel like they make it hard to go day by day. And we have to learn how to take these things off our neck and, put them at our side. And you cannot completely erase them because they are a part of your past. They're a part of you. They're a part of what made you you. But you do learn to hold their hand and love them in a healthy way of accepting that this is what happened and it's okay that it happened instead of feeling like it is paralyzing you day by day. I think that when it comes to healing and stuff, pop psychology has talked a lot about it. I personally don't necessarily agree with pop psychology. I have a whole episode actually where I talk about it. I don't agree with this culture that we've made on social media where it's constantly like self-care, self-healing, self-help, and you're constantly consuming that content. I actually will be releasing an episode very soon on this about some life updates and some other goodies, inshallah. But I talked about this there, that we constantly consume self-help content like we're broken and like we need to be fixed. And oftentimes people, I hate to say this, but people like to leverage off the fact that people don't understand that healing is something that, yes, you move forward, you allow it to stop strangling you, but it doesn't mean you forget it. People like to leverage off of that idea and make you believe that it's something you can completely forget for the rest of your life. And if you haven't forgotten it, it's because you're not healing correctly. Like, I feel like the market has really leveraged off of that concept. And, it is what it is, but I feel like it's better to be real. At least that's my thoughts. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing amazing. Inshallah, I hope to be releasing like a newer episode very soon, like a more, casual one where we talk because it's been a minute. But I hope you guys are doing great like always. Please take care of yourself. Assalamu alaikum.